I have made videos and audio recordings speaking about the righteous judgment and that you ought to put circumstances under supernatural judgment, especially when it involves circumstances where you are in a disadvantage and when things are operating at your expense. For example, let's say that you have a crowd that comes at you to kill you, or it's someone else. You have a child in an abusive household, or anyway, some circumstance that needs action, but action that you can't do on human terms. And you know what? Righteous judgment should be your default way of operating, not only when things become too difficult for your own strength. But I want to highlight one thing that's very important here. There is a trap of thinking you need to deal with people. Look, if you have a small kid of 4 years old that is very aggressive with his emotions or her emotions, you can teach the child. Or if it's an adult, you can give feedback to the adult. So those are ways you can deal with people. But when you're faced with someone who is holding on to something that he or she should not hold on to, and they are determined to hold on to it, listen to me, you can't deal with such an individual. To deal with them is to be trapped. Look, if you have people that have a negative mindset and they keep fighting to defend a negative mindset because it's their will, it's their validation, they're so into it, you can deal with them from a spiritual point of view. You should deal with them, but not in the sense that you are going to set things right. You know why? Because when you deal with them in such a mindset, you are partaking in their unfruitful works of darkness. Just think about it this way. Let's say that you have a guy that's wrongly convicted and he's about to receive the death penalty. And it's obvious when you look at the case that that guy could not have committed that murder. Even some of the judges think this case is not really a case. But the people there, they hold on that that guy is guilty. They keep fighting for it. You know what? It has nothing to do with the crime that has happened. It has nothing to do with the families of the victim. It all has to do with the self-validation of the people. They are too proud to admit that they can be wrong. And they don't want to admit their negative contribution. Why? Because they want to feel good about themselves. Yes, spiritual action should be taken on behalf of the wrongly convicted to save his life. But don't go after those people setting things straight. No. Don't do that. You know why? Because when they get pressure on them to comply, they will comply, but they will, I'm saying this, they will comply, but, okay, it's like this. A demon that behaves is still a demon. Let me repeat that. A demon that behaves is still a demon. It has not converted into an angel because it cooperates. And when people cooperate, now they want validation for cooperating. And now they're going to act pathetic, act like the victim, as if you treated them too harshly. You understand what I'm saying? It's a trap. So yes, you should have righteous judgment, you should. But there are times, let them be accursed. Let me repeat that. There are times you have to allow certain people to be accursed. That's why Christ taught us to shake the dust off your feet. He said it for your benefit, not to give them a rise to be negative. Well, that being said, be at peace.